Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. So this is going to be a quick review of the new range, face makeup range by Maybelline New York, and this is the Fit Me range. So I got my hands on the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, the Maybelline's Fit Me concealer, and the Maybelline's Fit Me Set and Smooth powder. So I got my foundation in the shade Ivory 115 and the concealer in the shade Sand Sable number 20. Yeah, this is Sand Sable number 20, and the powder is in the shade 120 Classic Ivory. I've just shampooed my hair and they're really troubling me. So these were, the shades that were suitable for me, and there were several shades in each of these things. I think 4 shades in foundation, 3 shades in concealer as far as I remember, and 3 or 4 shades in the powder. And there were blushes too, so I saw 3 shades in the blush range, but I didn't get any of them because they didn't look exciting to me, but I definitely wanted to try these out. So let me just first start with the foundation. Okay, so this foundation is a 30 ml glass bottle. It is, quite a cute looking bottle, and but it's quite heavy, to carry around in your purse. The price for this is 525 rupees. Let me just open the bottle. Let me just take off the tag first. Yeah, so this is how it opens. It's got a screw-on cap with the mouth of the bottle being like this. The bottle does not have any pump on top, like those regular MAC ones and the other ones, that I have, and those are like really convenient to use, and they're quite spill proof also. So this is the first foundation that I have in this sort of a packaging, which doesn't have any closing around the mouth. It's got like a wide mouth, and I'm quite skeptical that this, could cause a lot of spilling over, or at least a little bit of spilling over, but I am not sure because I've never owned any foundation bottle which is of this kind of packaging from the mouth, so I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't really like it for it to be like this. I would have preferred it if it was a pump. Other than that, what else? It says that matte plus poreless. So it basically says that this foundation is going to make your face matte and it's going to make it poreless. And it says that this is for normal to oily skin. So my skin is definitely oily, but it's quite dry these days in the winters, and I have to continuously apply hydrating masks to it, to kind of keep it in a normal condition. I'm not really sure how this foundation would work out in the winters, but for now I have bought this and it looked quite impressive to me. Let's move on to the concealer now. So my shade of concealer was 20 Sand Sable or 20 Sand Sable, and that's how it looks like. It looks very much, like those NARS concealers, and I do like, concealers which come in such a packaging. I also like, the ones that twist from the bottom and has a little brush like, the other Maybelline one, the Dream Yumi Touch one. So the quantity of product in there is 6.8 ml, and the price for this is 500 rupees. So, which is quite okay, it's not too much, it's not too less. And when I swatched it, in the store, I really liked it. It was very creamy. So it's like a basic, packaging with this wand and a sponge tip. It's very basic, Then the third product from the Fit Me range is this powder that I got, and it's in the shade 120 Classic Ivory, and I do like the packaging, I like this beautiful square that's made in center. Again, it's very plasticky, and this concealer is also, a plastic packaging. It's not glass or anything, but this foundation bottle is definitely a glass one, and it's quite heavy. This is my shade, which is Ivory or Classic Ivory, and I do, like the Fit Me packaging. It's kind of quite classy and kind of chic, so I do like it. And then when you open it, you have the little powder thingy, the powder circle in there on the pan, and the product amount is 9 grams. So 9 grams of product is there. So then this powder pan tray kind of lifts up, and there is a second tray underneath it which has a mirror And this mirror is, you know, of a decent size. You know, it's square obviously because it resembles, you know, the packaging. And there is this little Maybelline powder puff, which would definitely come in very handy if you're carrying around your product with you, but you of course, you know, need to wash it from time to time, and you're gonna use it, so you're definitely gonna have to wash it. You know, what I like about this is that, you know, it's in a separate tray, and once you pick up the product, you know, that's how it would work. You would be picking up your product like that, and you would be just flipping it up open, and you would be looking at it, you know, and you're gonna apply your product with the sponge, and you're gonna keep it back, and then this is going to be safe. So what I really like about it is that you don't need that cellophane sheet that comes, you know, with most of the powders, and on top of that you keep your sponge and then you close it. So this is what I really like about it, that whatever mess you're going to make or whatever, you know, oil that this sponge is absorbed from your face, it's gonna go onto this little tray, which you can obviously, you know, clean with a sanitizer, like an alcohol-based sanitizer, and you take a wipe and you clean it, so your product is not gonna get messed up, and you're gonna also be able to see how much product is left, you know, through this top transparent plastic thing. So yeah, overall I really like the packaging, except, you know, that the packaging became a little bulky, you know, from the sides, and if you have like a really thin kind of a purse or a clutch, then it's gonna take up quite a lot of space, and it wouldn't be very easy to kind of slide it in. Overall, I do like it, you know, for hygiene purposes, and, you know, for a cute looking packaging, I do like it a lot. So now I'm going to be swatching, you know, these 3 shades that I got, and I'm simply going to take it with my finger because I don't know how to work with this foundation. You just have to pour it, I guess. Oh, too much of it comes out, and that's definitely quite a mess. I do not like this packaging at all. You should have added a pump or something on top, because I just took a little bit and just see how it's caused a mess everywhere, and now I have to put the product back inside, because otherwise it's gonna just be everywhere on top. So the packaging of the foundation is definitely a boo for me. No. However, the packaging of the concealer is really good, and so is the packaging of the powder. The foundation is quite fluid. Okay, it's really fluid, and it's really smooth, and it's kind of a medium coverage, I would say. It's definitely not it definitely has a lot more coverage than you know, a sheer foundation, but it's still not as thick, or it doesn't cover as well as a full coverage foundation, and it's definitely, you know, a medium coverage product. So I'm going to try and apply it on my face, and I'm going to take my foundation on the Sephora Professional Mineral Powder Brush. Although it's a powder brush, it works really well with foundation. So yeah, I'm going to take whatever, no, actually I would have to take a little bit on my hand. Okay, so that's it. This is definitely gonna cause some amount of mess. I've already moisturized my face, you know, cleansed, toned, moisturized. So I have a lot of redness on my face right now because I slept really late. Plus I went in the sun. I went in the sun for some time, you know, on my terrace, because as I gave, you know, Cleo, my doggy, a bath today, and he had to stay in the sun, otherwise he wouldn't have dried till the evening. So I have a lot of redness on my face, and that basically means it's a good test for checking, you know, the coverage of this foundation. So I'm basically concentrating it on, you know, the areas on the center of my face, which is on my nose. And mind you, I'm not applying any primer underneath it, because I really want to see the results of this foundation on its own. So primer would definitely improve the application a little bit, but let's just see how it works on its own. I usually always apply, you know, a layer of foundation on my eyes, and, you know, in the inner corners, and also, you know, in my under eye area. I always end up doing that, because I think this is gonna help, you know, make the concealer stick a little more better, or stay there a little more better. Okay, so let's come to the foundation. Now, the foundation is looking very patchy to me. It is definitely not a high coverage, and I wouldn't say that it's a medium coverage also. It's quite a sheer coverage, and it's a little more drier and a little more cakey than what a BB cream would be. And honestly, I've applied a layer and I'm going to apply a second layer, but so far I'm not happy. Okay, so I've finished applying my second layer of the foundation, and number one, it's very sheer. Number two, it did not really make my skin poreless. Number three, the coverage is really bad. Number four, it's looking extremely cakey, and it doesn't really look very matte on my face. The Bourjois 123 liquid foundation that I own makes my skin much more matter and much more even and much more, I would say, poreless, and definitely gives me, you know, a really nice canvas looking finish than this foundation does. And it's definitely very sheer. Okay, it's not even a medium coverage, it's very sheer, and it's looking very cakey to me. So totally not happy with the foundation, neither the packaging nor the finish on my face. Now I'm going to be moving on to the concealer, and this is, you know, the swatch of the concealer on my hand, which is 20 Sand Sable, right? Sand Sable, yeah. And it looks quite yellow, but this was the best color, you know, that was matching with my skin tone. There was one lighter than this, but that was really light, even on my hand, and then there was one which was slightly darker, so that was pretty dark. But so I went with this one, even though, you know, I was a bit skeptical about the word sand, because sand obviously means a little yellowy and a little browny, but I went with it because at that time it seemed to match my skin tone the best. Yeah. So I'm just working with the concealer now, and I'm trying to conceal my under eye circles because I slept quite late yesterday. Although I slept well, but it was still quite late, and I ate a lot of salt and a lot of crap. And if you follow me on Snapchat, you would have seen what I did, and oh, it was just terrible. But you know, I had the best time. Okay. So that's the concealer done under my eyes, and I want to tell you something. This concealer is fabulous. It's fabulous, guys. If you can get your hands on this concealer, you should get it right now. It was so easy to blend in. The color at first looked quite yellow, but it's really blended well with my skin tone, and it's concealed my under eye dark circles and the little reddy bluey veins that I have in that area. I cannot see none of it, you know, and a couple of wrinkles that I have down there, they're also quite well concealed. Plus, it was so easy to blend in. It was very creamy, very velvety soft, and it was just very quick to blend in. So I'm very happy with this. I love the packaging, that it's, you know, so sleek, and it's this sponge tippy wand, and it's just very easy to apply directly onto the face. I really like it. This doesn't come out cakey at all. Not even in my under eye area, where, you know, it's really difficult to blend in the product. But this one is, you know, it's got quite a good coverage. The blendability is very good. The texture has come out really well, and the finish is very, you know, quite a velvety to satiny kind of a finish of this concealer, and I quite like it. I really like it. So yeah, a big thumbs up for the concealer. I'm also going to try and conceal, you know, a little acne marks and a little redness that I have on my face. My cheeks are getting really red because of all the heat, you know. There's a window behind me, so there's a lot of sunlight coming in from there, and you know, I have some lights at the back, so yeah, it's definitely causing my cheeks to become a little more redder. Feeling quite hot, yeah. my ears are so red. I'm still very happy with how the concealer has worked on my skin. I'm not so happy with, you know, the foundation, but I won't say it's terribly bad, but it's really not what I expected. However, the concealer really surpassed my expectations. Now we move on to the powder, and this is in the shade 120 Classic Ivory. I already discussed about the packaging, but now I'm going to swatch, you know, the powder for you guys a little bit, and I'm going to swatch the shade on my hands. Okay, so I hope you can see. That is Classic Ivory, and I'm going to try and spread it, you know, with my hands a little bit. And okay, so this product has very fine light reflecting pigments. So I've finished applying the powder on my face, you know, with the same Sephora brush, and I've applied, you know, a thin layer. I'm going to apply a little more just to make it a little more generous, and I definitely feel that it's made my face quite mattified. But I also, you know, noticed a little bit of sheen on my nose and on my cheekbones. Very fine sheen that's kind of making it, you know, look a little more glowy, and it's definitely reflecting the light a little bit, and but nothing too much at all, and it's kind of making it, you know, look natural rather than, you know, extremely mattified. So that way this powder is looking quite natural. I do like, you know, all these three products together. The foundation by itself didn't, you know, make me look really good. The concealer made my face appearance a little better, and once I applied the powder, I kind of, you know, really like the finish of these products on my face. So yeah, I would not recommend the foundation individually. I would definitely recommend it, you know, with a primer underneath it, and, you know, like a medium coverage to a high coverage powder over it. You need to supplement, you know, this foundation with other products, and once I've applied those other products, it's worked really well. However, I really love this concealer, and by itself, without any other products help, this has done a miraculous job in concealing my under eye dark circles and any other red blemishes and discolorations that I had on my face. So I would highly recommend this one. And I also do really like this Fit Me powder, because I figured, you know, it's something really different, and even though it really mattified my face, it also, you know, kind of made it slightly glowy, very slightly glowy, which definitely anybody would want if you want to look a little natural and not just look like a plastic face. That was my review of the Maybelline's new Fit Me range. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, then please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to write your comments below in the comment section. You can also follow me on all my social media networks, and the links are given down below in the description box. Until then, wear beauty, love and peace as your amulets, my dear starlets. Bye!